Good morning, everyone. How are you? And today, I'm doing something a little bit different, and I'm wearing a Bluetooth mic, and hopefully that can increase the quality of the sound, and it will not take in all the noise in my house, and you can hear much better. And if it doesn't work out well, I am very sorry, and how should I say? I experimented for a little bit, and it thinks it will work well, but who knows, right? Just in case the sound disappear, and I hope you will continue to do the exercise, and because uh, visually it will still be there. Okay, by the way, if you joined the class the first time, my name is Violet Lee, and I mirror image you. So this is your right side. This is your left side. Okay. And I do all the demonstrations, both the sitting and standing. And you can do whichever way you want to, or you can do a combination. And sometimes I turn to sideways so you can see better, and you don't have to turn to the side. Okay. Now bring your two hands together. Go to the front, to your right, yourself, left, and front. And yes, let's go all the way around. Very good. It's funny when I'm wearing this Bluetooth mic, I cannot hear myself well. So it's just like, can people hear me? Okay. And let's go for two more sets. Okay. Here's one and two. Good. And now reverse to your left, yourself, right, and front. It's always feel one side is easier than the other side. I don't know why. Sorry. I live in St. Louis, Missouri, and we are known for so-called hay fever or allergy, and this is really the season right now. So, and now bring the two hands to the side and to the front, turn the palms down, and circle. This is the elbow rotation in a horizontal fashion. Good. Keep going. Let's go for two more. Here's one and two. Good. Relax. And next, put your hands on your shoulder, elbows down, and bring them up, 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 all the way up and to the back. So you want to go all the way around. Good. Keep going. Feel how your shoulders move. Good. Let's go for two more. Here's one and two. Good. And now elbows down and reverse. Good. Keep going. Bring forward and down. Very good. Let's go for two more, okay? Here's one and two. Good. And now we're going to bring your left elbow up and send it to the back and right to the back. So you can gently turn your body right and left. And better yet, if you're standing, you kind of bend your knees and your hip joint. So you are actually sitting your quad or turning your quad. So with this, you can not just exercising your elbow, you're also exercising your hip joint. Okay, good. And now shake it out. Kick from back Good. Keep going. Probably you wonder, where did I go, right? Secret, not telling you. Okay, just see if you're watching me. Okay, good. And now, gentle fist and relax. And always keep your knees softly bent. Yeah, if you're standing, and turn to your right side twice, then left twice. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, stop. Good. And now, gentle fist. I mean, not gentle fist. Rubbing your two hands together. Okay. And now massage your neck back and forth. Okay. And now, hands down and relax your body and head down. Feel the gentle stretch in the back of your neck and up. Now tilt your head to your right shoulder. Make sure your left shoulder doesn't come up and back to center. Go. Tilt to your left. Back to center. Look at ceiling. Back to center. Over your right shoulder. Back to center. Left shoulder. And now we're going to circle our neck. If you don't like the feeling or you get dizzy, you don't have to do it, okay? Now head down, circle to your right, back, left, and down. Keep going. Last time, right, back, left, and down. Now reverse to your left, back, right, and down. Keep going and make sure your shoulders are not moving. I have seen people, when they're doing this, actually their shoulders are just going up and down, up and down. And that way, if you, okay, stop. When your shoulder are moving too much and then you really don't get a good workout of your neck. That's why we need to relax the shoulder and keep them in place, not moving. So then we get a very good workout of the neck. So we isolate. Okay, and next is together. And massage your kidneys. You can using your hands, and if it's easier, using the back of your hands. And or you can use fist. Yeah, use fist to massage your kidneys. Good. And now we're going to do the hip rotation. And make sure your head doesn't move much. Just turn your hip. Go all the way around. And you're sitting, you're doing the same thing. Good. To your right, back, left, and front. It's much harder to do this sitting. Okay? And then try to not moving your head much. Okay? And stop. Now reverse to your left, back, right, and front. Good. Left, back, right, front. Left, back, right, and stop. Good. Now hands together again. And now using your hands, massage your knees. And then using your hands to guide your knee outward, circling. If you're sitting, pick up your heel and only the toes on the ground. And now reverse. Very good. Okay, now put your feet down, and now we're going to do the front lunges. Your right foot in the front and left foot in the back. Let me show you the sideways. And so make sure your knee stay above the ankle or behind, okay? You don't want to push your knee forward because it's right away, and I feel the stretch on my knee, and that's not good. And so now we do downward pausing, and keep both feet on the ground. If you're sitting, and bring your knee to your chest. Okay, and now let's switch, and this time left foot in the front. And again, you do the downward pausing. Good. You're sitting, in and out, in, out, in. And if you're standing, open your legs wide, sideways. Good. And now switch your body weight to your right side, and you do the little pausing. And you're sitting, bring up your right foot, and gently using your right hand, pushing your right knee down. The little pausing, very good. And now let's switch and to your left. Yes, do the pausing, and you pick up your left foot and gently pressing down your left knee. Excellent, good. And last thing is place your right toe in the back, using your right knee to draw circles. So you do the ankle rotation. If you're sitting, you pick up your right leg and you do ankle rotations as well. Very good. And now reverse. All right. Everyone, if you have any suggestions or comments, and please let me know by dropping a note and in the Facebook, or you can just send me a message. And put it down. And now let's put the left foot in the back and do the rotation, or pick up your left leg. Yeah, we have been on air for more than 6 weeks now, and we have 100,000 views so far. And turn the other direction. And I'm trying to make this lessons more accessible and easier for people to follow. And many of the suggestions are coming from you, the audience. And so please let me know what I can do better. Thank you. And sorry. So today's game is called, what happened to Violet? She just keeps disappearing, right? And next, and keep your feet about hip width apart, and knees softly bend, round the hands in front of you, and with hands facing the lower ab. So it's like that. It's not touching your lower ab, and knees softly bend, and relax your shoulders, relax your elbow, your fingers, your wrist. And now slowly bring your hands together and flip palms up and lift yourself up. Look at the ceiling, and now look at the screen and move arms further back and open. Good. Hands together. Up and open. And look up and open. I'm really sorry about up, both hands pushing toward the sky. It's great for the health of our spine, shoulders, lower back, and the triple warmer. 两手托天立，三角 up, straight, and open. Good. And the next one, feet open wide and the toes in, and arms crossed again. Don't hold it too tight to your chest. Just relax, okay? It's in front of your chest, but not against your chest. And when your feet open wide, make sure your toes do not fan out like that. Bring them in, okay? And the knees up. You can do high step, medium, or low. And now you slowly pull your arms apart. Left elbow straight, right elbow bent. Now open your right and cross and pull. And now open right, cross, pull. Open left, cross, pull. Open right, cross, pull. 左右开弓四射雕 bow and arrow on both sides, improve the health of the heart and the lungs. And next one, bring feet in about hip width apart, hands facing up. Slowly bring your left hand up, twist the palm, and right hand down. And see the right fingers point forward, left fingers point to the right. And inhale. And exhale. Now right up, left down. Left up, right down. Right up, left down. 调理脾胃祛单举 Raise the arm up. Alternatively, can improve the health of the stomach and spleen. Good. Let's do one more set. Up. Good. And up. Now both hands in the front. Open your arms, feel the stretch in your chest. And now look at left without turning your body and back. Open, look at right and back. This is very important. We don't turn the body, only turn the head. Okay. And keep your head with chin down, okay? You don't want to tilt your chin. You keep your chin down. Your head is still in that suspension mode. 五劳七伤往后瞧 Wise out, turning the head. It's great for the health of the liver, the digestive tract, and also get rid of fatigue. And very good. And next, open your legs wide, and you have your choice of high, medium, or low. We're going to swing the head from right to left and back. And if you're sitting, bring your feet out at a 45-degree angle. Make sure your knees stay behind your here. And both hands on your knees. And now let's move the head down toward your right knee. Circle to left. And relax. And now reverse from left knee to right knee and up. I just noticed while I'm doing this, my my scarf is like wiping the floor. It's a little bit too long. Let's see if I do this will be better. And from right to left and circle. It still doesn't work. I guess I'm going very low. So it's sweeping the floor. 摇头摆尾去心火. Circle our head and tails and help to reduce the inflammation. Good. Good. Let's do one more set. From right to left. Look up. And from left to right. And look up. Okay. And I guess I need to wash it after the lesson. And now bring your feet in about hip width apart and bring both hands up and bring it down to your chest. Flip the palms. Bring hands to your kidney. Yes. And now keep your legs straight, okay? And as you bend over down and the hands behind the legs, touch the heels, the toes. Move arms to the ears, then coming up slowly. And if you're sitting, the same, flip the palms to the back and then round the hands behind the legs. Touch the heels, the toes to the ears and coming up. Flip. 双手攀足固正腰 both hands touching the feet. It's great for the health of the kidneys. Coming up. How about one more time? Good. Relax. My God, the hair's got all over my face. That's the only bad things about this exercise. And now, open your fingers wide and bend the thumb in and four fingers wrap around. And now bring your fist down to your waist. And again, you can
I apologize. I thought I'm going to improve the sound quality, and so I bought these things, but for some reason it doesn't work well, and it decided to mute itself, and I don't know if it's from this or from the platform that I use. It's who knows. Again, sorry, and okay, so let's go back. So you bend your fingers, 4 fingers, wrap around, bring it to your waist. Right fist out, open, turn at a 90-degree angle. So maybe I should train my dog as the producer for this show, and so can turn my mic on when it just accidentally turn itself off for I don't know what reason. Okay, and now coming up. Okay, and last one is called 7 ups. So we raise and put it down. Raise our heels and down, and up and down, up and down, up and down, and 2 more, up and down. Last one, good. And now shake it out, relax. Okay. Okay, and looks like Billy is already in the meeting console and in the studio. And so let's welcome Billy. And Billy, how are you?
Good morning, Violet. Good to see you.
Okay, I can you talk louder? I cannot hear you. I don't know if it's my.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Hopefully you won't have any glitches like I have. I don't know why, but let me get out.
Okay. All right, and first of all, I want to thank Violet for hosting my first virtual World Tai Chi Day this past Saturday. So, you know, since Jingying opened in 2000, we've participated in World Tai Chi Day and have hosted it, the event in Maryland for probably close to 15 years now. So with the COVID crisis in place, you know, we're concerned that we wouldn't be able to have our usual celebration. But thanks to Violet, she brought together some great guest instructors, and we had a virtual World Tai Chi Day this past Saturday. So I'm looking forward to when we can do it in person again, because of course Tai Chi is always much more enjoyable when you can practice it with other people. All right, the last exercise warm-up that Violet was doing was raising the heels and letting them drop. And a lot of people don't realize how good this is for the body. So actually that little bit of vibration, that little thunk as you let your heels drop is very good for building bone density. And in Chen Tai Chi, there are several movements where we let our feet drop and hit against the floor. And it was long considered a secret to building strong bones. And modern science seems to assert that that is a good conclusion. There was a study years ago on tennis players where they found that tennis players had 30% higher bone density in the hand that held the racket, because every time the ball hit the strings and you got that little vibration going through the arm, it tricked the body into thinking it was under more stress than it really was, and that, oh, you know, you better make some strong bones because of all the stress that's being put on the body. So that stress is actually still considered low impact. So it's not damaging to the joints, but can help build bone density. So we're going to do an exercise that helps build this method of how to let the body drop and gives you the benefits of improving your bone density while still staying low impact. And it's important to remember that when we do this, what we're doing is we're letting the limb drop down. We're not pushing it down. We're not trying to slam our foot against the floor. All we need to do is lift the foot up and then just relax and let gravity pull it back down to the ground. So we want to stay relaxed. We also don't want to shift our weight. So it's an interesting paradox. We actually let the weight of the body fall through the dropping foot, but we're still supporting ourselves with the other foot. So the substantial leg stays on the ground, supports us, but the moment we let the foot drop, we let the weight of the body drop by letting both sides sink. So we sink on the other leg, but when we land, we still have our weight on that original supporting leg. So in one of the earlier classes, I mentioned this analogy of when we do this stamp foot, that if you imagine that you're standing on the edge of a frozen pond and you're trying to check how thick the ice is. And so you lift up your foot and you stamp. And so if you do that, and obviously if you stamp like this and shift all of your weight, if the ice is too thin, you're going to end up being very wet and very cold. So what you do is you keep your weight supported here and let this foot stamp. And so when you do this, you can actually drop lightly, okay? If you want the benefit for the bone density, you can let gravity just drop the foot and have a nice solid thunk. And then later, if you like, you can really let the weight drop so it becomes a powerful technique. But you want to build up to that gradually. You don't have to start trying to drive holes in the floor on your first day. Okay, so for this exercise, we're going to start with the feet a comfortable distance apart. We want to have a nice, relaxed Tai Chi posture. So we want to fold in at the hip joint. Let the tailbone sink down, the knees bend slightly. Keep the back upright, more straight, extending through the crown point of the head towards the ceiling, sinking towards the floor through the tailbone. Okay, eyes look forward, tip of the tongue resting lightly against the roof of the mouth. Your teeth touch together lightly, your lips touch together lightly. And we're going to breathe in and out through the nose. We're going to inhale as we rise up and exhale as we drop down. So now bring the hands off to the side. Then here, you're going to shift to your right. Then you're going to lift up the left foot and left hand. They come up and then let them drop. Good. Then we shift to the left. Lift up the right foot, right hand, and let them drop. Good. So we want the hand and the foot to complete the movement at about the same time. And as we drop again, don't lean the body. Don't tilt over to one side. Keep the weight on the leg that stays on the ground. And when you lift up, you can imagine a string that connects your wrist and your knee. So when you lift up, the hand brings the knee up, and then you cut the string, and everything drops. The hand goes up, comes down, palm down. Okay, so let's continue. Shift to the left, lift the right, up, and down. Shift, lift, and drop. You can do this seated as well. Just lift up the knee and let the weight of the leg fall to the ground. And one more on each side. Very good. Okay, so I said this is considered low impact because we're keeping one leg on the ground the whole time, not jumping up in the air. And so even when you hit harder, it's still considered low impact. But pay attention to your body. It's still a little bit of a shock. And if you're not used to doing this, I said you don't want to start off slamming as hard as you can. A good way to build up shin splints. And you don't want to have shin splints. Okay? But a good way to build up that bone density, but not the same wear and tear on the joints that big jumping exercises or hard running may have on the body. Okay, and that movement, we have several places in the form. We have it in pound the mortar, which was in the initial 5 movements we've been working on in this series. We have it in the J Lady Works the Shuttles, a stamp foot, okay, which we haven't done in this series, comes later on in the form. But one of the things we're going to do today is that since the weather is getting nicer in so many places, it's starting to feel a little more like spring may actually arrive, despite the rain and cloudy days we've had interspersed. I want to be a little more active, want to get the blood flowing a little bit. Okay, so we're going to work on some kicks. And so we're going to practice in the 18 posture form, and in Alja Ilu we have left heel kick. In the 18 posture form we don't have right heel kick, but we're going to practice on both sides with this. So first we're going to start off with some combining and separating silk reeling. Okay, so for this I want you to put your feet about double shoulder width apart. Sink a little bit into your stance. Initially, we're not going to do the body. We're just going to use the arms. So from here, I want you to let your hands cross at the bottom, come up the center. They're going to separate at the top. Make a nice big arc. Keep your shoulders relaxed. As you come up here, think about lifting from the wrists, not lifting from your shoulders. Let the shoulders stay sunk and relaxed. So you can imagine a string tied to your wrists. Bring the hands up. The string still lifts your arms, so your shoulders stay nice and relaxed. Open up, expand. And then down at the bottom, we come closer together, closing in, contract. Separate at the top. Combine at the bottom. Separate at the top. Combining and separating. And again, you can see that expression of yin-yang theory, that the arm, as they continue their circle, they do the same motion, but the nature changes. At the top, we're separating, we're opening. At the bottom, we continue the same motion, but now we're closing in, combining, expanding, contracting. So they're all parts of the same cycle. Again, slow, deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, feel your whole body float up. Exhale, let everything sink down. Good. And closing. Okay, so now we're going to combine that silk reeling movement with the heel kick. So when we do the heel kick, we're also going to shift the body. So from here, what we're going to do is we'll start with the hands together. We'll step out as the hands come up. So we're opening the hands and the legs open. And then we close. The foot comes in to an empty stance, just the toe touching lightly. hands come in. And then we lift the hands and we lift the knee. And then when we kick out, we're just going to fling the arm straight out to the side. We'll make loose fists. So we want to make sure the fingers are curled into a fist, but we want a hollow fist. So if you curl up your fingers, you should be able to see light between the fingers. Okay, so that little hollow spot. So make sure, don't squeeze your fists together too tightly. You know, we don't want to squeeze the daylights out of the fists. Okay, so let's do this one again. We're going to step out to the side, shift. We're going to come in, compress the body, and then we expand, fling out. When we kick, we're going to throw our foot out to the side, and if you know, people that are familiar with martial arts techniques may be familiar with a heel kick. So a heel kick normally goes to the front, and we pull the toes back and kick out with the heel. So you can see that motion here. Okay, so a side kick, normally instead of going forward, we go out to the side, and we have the foot sideways. So you can see here, my toes point slightly down, or the foot is parallel to the floor. So this kick we call left heel kick, but it's not straightforward here. It's off at an angle. And that angle doesn't have to be precise. You have flexibility there. What you want to do is find a place where your hip is comfortable, and when your foot goes out, the toes aren't straight up, they aren't straight to the side, it's just a little bit in between. So the feeling of kicking out with the heel of the foot. And so this kick, you know, the idea in so many Tai Chi principles is that you're not overcommitted to any one thing. You have the flexibility to adapt to your particular situation. So by practicing our heel kick this way, we understand we can turn it into this kind of kick, or we can turn it into this kind of kick. So we can adjust. So we find the neutral ground, the balance point in between to practice. So let's do a few more times on this side. So we're going to step out to the left, shift to the left. We gaze right, draw the hands in, and kick right. So when we fling the hands out, it helps balance the body. Okay? It also helps counteract the motion of this big kick. Okay, so this helps with our balance. So again, kicking to the right, step left as we gaze right, shift left, compress in. As we draw the hands up and we draw the knee up, we also want to sink onto the left leg. So the reason we sink a little bit as we draw in and compress is that we want to maintain good balance. And so our balance is better when our center of gravity is lower. So what happens is that if I raise my hand up, my center of gravity rises naturally, even though the rest of my body hasn't moved, because I've taken more of the weight of my body, moved it up. So when I come in here and I pick up my hands and my legs, I've lifted my center of gravity. That makes me more unstable. So to compensate, at the same time I lift up arms and legs, I want to sink a little bit. So actually my center of gravity is staying in the same place, but my body has to sink as my limbs rise to balance the forces. Okay, so again, from here, we're going to step out, shift, gaze to the side, draw in. We can do this slowly if you like. Okay, and if you want, you can do it with a little fajin. Just breathe out sharply and kick quickly. So again, step out, draw it in. Good. Okay, now let's go to the other side. So from here, now I'm going to step out to my right. Gaze left, Draw in the left foot, the left hand. Let the body sink a little bit as I come up, and then kick out. Good. Step, shift, compress, expand. Good. When you extend your arms out, have them go straight across from each other. Feel a little stretching sensation through your arms. So we don't want to fling them up. We don't want to fling one up, one down. We don't want to kick here or kick here. Just arms go straight out to the side. And like I said, that helps open up the chest, helps complete that idea of expanding the body. So when the body expands, the whole body expands to expand and extend that leg to make the kick more powerful. And again, also, it helps balance the body better. So if you think about it, some of you may remember the old high wire acts. And when the performer was up there on the wire, sometimes to make it more exciting and seem more challenging, you would see him carry a heavy barbell while they were walking on the wire. And of course, it seemed like, oh, this is much more challenging because they have all this weight that they're handling. But actually, the heavy weight stabilized them. It made it easier to maintain the balance because it slows down, it creates more inertia. So it's harder for the body to wobble as much. If you're up there on the tight wire with nothing, every little movement you have wobbles. When you have this big weight, the movements slow down. So you see the same principle in ballerinas and ice skaters. When they want to spin slowly, they extend their body out. When they want to speed up, they come in close. Okay, so this is the same principle we're using here. When we execute the kick by extending out, we actually help maintain our balance. Okay, if we stay in close, our balance is a little bit less stable. And again, we have that idea that when we release, we exhale, we want to release with everything. So the arms fling out to help the leg fling out. All right, so let's continue. Kicking to the left. So this is how we do it in the form for the 18 posture Chen form, left heel kick. We step out and shift away to create a little space. Our gaze is to the left. We want to look where we're going to kick. We compress. We expand. And again, if you like, can do it slowly. Step out. Come in. Kick. And step. Okay, so again, a slow one. Or with a little Fa-Jian. Okay. And anytime we work on kicks, you may notice that your body heats up more quickly. So there's several reasons for that. One, as soon as we're working with the legs, we're working with some of the biggest muscles in the body. So of course, as they work, they're going to generate more heat. And these big muscles actually heat up the blood, and then that blood flows through the rest of our body, bringing that feeling of warmth throughout the body. Another aspect too is that you may not think about. You may think that you're doing leg work, but actually every time you lift up your knees, you're working those abdominal muscles. Okay, so as we extend, we're working the muscles in the upper body, the shoulders, the arms, intercostals around the ribs. So all of these muscles get engaged in this motion. So, this is one of the reasons why study after study has shown that Tai Chi is such a beneficial exercise. And it's because you use so much of the body. I always like to tell our students that a good Tai Chi practice uses every muscle in the body, moves every joint. And some of those muscles, they don't get used that often. Daily life, we tend to have limited range of motion and we get set into patterns. And so we don't engage some of these muscles that we have in the body. So Tai Chi gives us an opportunity to engage all of the muscles and to teach them to work together. So one of the key secrets of Tai Chi, it's considered such a powerful martial art because of the ability of people to learn to use their whole body synchronized together. So there are a lot of studies that show when somebody is first doing a movement that requires strength, they often have tremendous gains initially if they focus on the form, learning how to do the movement. And they can have a substantial increase. And they didn't suddenly get very much stronger. The muscles didn't get bigger. They didn't have time for the body to adapt that way. But what happens is that they learn to coordinate and recruit the muscles better, so you become more effective in the movement. And that's at the heart of what we're doing with Tai Chi. We're learning to coordinate our body so that when we kick, for example, with this kick, when we come in, I could go here, here, here. Okay, so it's very disjointed. This kick now just has the power of my upper leg kicking. Okay, now when I sink down a little bit, compress this leg, I push with this leg at the same time I extend this leg, and the two legs work together. So now I've gotten more of the body engaged in that kick. So now when I bring my hands, arms into play too, I contract, I compress the whole body like compressing a spring. And then expand out. And by the whole body working together, I get more speed. I get more power, have more momentum in the movement being transferred from one part of the body to the other. Okay, so we want to work on that coordination. So let's go through a few more times on each side, and I just want you to move smoothly. Don't worry about creating power. The secret to power in Tai Chi is to practice the movement smoothly, get it loose, get it relaxed. Then when you want the power, all you need to do is do it faster. Don't change anything else. If you try to put in more power, we tend to introduce stiffness, and the stiffness slows down the movement. The body fights itself, and we waste a lot of our power in the friction of the body parts working against each other. So first, learn to move relaxed, smoothly. So, step out, shift, draw in, extend. Other side. Step out, draw in, extend. And let's finish with a few faster ones. Breathe in slowly, compress. Breathe out quickly, expand. Breathe in slowly, compress. Breathe out quickly, expand. And then a couple of slow ones. And one more on each side. And closing. Good. Give your arms and legs a little shake. So you may feel a little warmer, and some of these faster movements you may not associate as much with Tai Chi. But again, the Tai Chi principles apply. So Tai Chi is not about how fast or how slow you move, it's how well you move. Getting rid of the stiffness in the body, the internal friction that hinders your movements. So that way you can move smoothly, freely, like a well-oiled machine. And so when you have the correct movement, slow or fast, doesn't matter. It's still Tai Chi. And so it's a good idea to experiment with your movements. You know, sometimes when you're first learning, especially, focus more on slowly, slowly, slowly. And then when you feel like the movement is strong, you understand it well, then play with speeding it up a little bit and see if you can speed it up without changing anything other than the speed. Keep the motion the same. Keep the relaxation the same. Just move a little faster. Okay, very good. All right, Violet. Sorry, I don't know if the volume is very low. I'm having difficulty hearing you. All right, well, I'm sorry I'm having trouble hearing Violet. I don't know if everybody else can hear me, but yeah, I want to thank Violet again for hosting the online World Tai Chi event this past weekend. And if you missed it, you know, check out her Facebook page, her YouTube channel, and I think you can find the recorded version of it there. And then also like to invite everybody to come join us at chengjunglei.us, chenglei.us, where you can find a wealth of videos on the Chen Tai Chi system. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming out to join us. Thank you, Violet, again, for all of the hard work you've been doing to bring these daily sessions out to the public. I know everybody appreciates them as much as I do. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Hello. And in case you're still out there attending this class, I don't know what happened to my computer. It just decided to shut it down by itself. It has its own will, and I apologize for this. And this computer is quite old. I probably should buy a new one. But anyway, it was a great class, and with Billy. Tomorrow we're going to have Billy back, and so see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye. Hello.